We are following breaking news right now. High winds, sandstorms, property damage, downpours, and power lines down across the Coachella Valley. As far as the roads, I-10 going eastbound just west of Date Palm is closed due to a power pole down. CHP also reported a brush fire off Highway 111. We're told trains have also stopped. But let's get straight to KMIR 6's Jessica Flores, who's live out in the elements. Jessica, how is it out there right now?
Right now I'm in Palm Desert. Things are actually pretty calm here. There's not a lot of wind. It's just really humid. But just a couple of hours ago, the winds swept the Coachella Valley. It went from all around Palm Desert, where I was, all the way to Coachella. Actually, I was driving down Fred Waring, and there were several trees knocked down in Palm Desert. And when I was driving, we actually almost hit one of those trees. So it was pretty scary. You couldn't see much. There was wind, sand, and actually since then, police have cleared the trees down, but I counted about 6 or 7 trees, big trees, small trees, and that's really one of the major issues that CAL FIRE is dealing with, and that along with the power lines. Power lines have been a major problem. They have caused some backup on the 10 freeway at Date Palm, so there's problems there. And in terms of injuries, not really any serious injuries reported at this time, so it looks like for the most part, people are really shaken up with trees in front of their yards. Trees actually, we've gotten reports of trees toppling cars. I just spoke to a woman on the phone who says her neighbor was trapped in their car in Indio. So Indio got really hard hit by this windstorm. Again, we're getting a lot of calls about the trees, a lot of calls about the power lines, and a lot of people scared about their pets in the backyard because some of the fences have been blown away. So that's one thing people are dealing with, or their windows being broken. But again, at this time, it doesn't look like there is any serious injuries. Thalia?
Jessica, as far as that advisory, the blowing wind advisory, are we out in the clear with that right now?
Thalia, I'm having a little trouble hearing you, but if you're talking about the wind advisory, it should be over about 11 p.m., so it should be over right now. And as you can see, we're not having any wind issues right now, so that should be fine. There was a flash flood warning as well, so people really should be cautious right now. Stay in their homes if they need to. There are a lot of power lines. So if you do see a power line down, just call the police. Don't try to touch anything. That's very, very dangerous. CAL FIRE said if people are concerned, just to stay in their homes because there are still those trees down. You don't want to run into a tree, especially if there's no road.
Okay, thank you, Jessica. We'll check back with you a little later on in the newscast.
Good evening, I'm Bianca Ray. It's 11 o'clock, time for news.
Now, live from the Desert's news leader, this is Breaking News.
Thank you for joining us. We're following the latest on a massive dust storm that's making its way through the Coachella Valley tonight. Right now, the on and off ramps of eastbound Interstate 10 west of Date Palm Drive are shut down because of power poles that snapped. Traffic is being diverted onto Varner Road. Power is out in parts of Desert Hot Springs, and the wind is just wreaking havoc in the valley, blowing trees and power lines down, and also, as I'm sure you noticed, blowing around that strong sulfur smell that we believe is coming from the Salton Sea. But first, we want to get you the latest weather information. Meteorologist Rob Bradley is in with a look at the conditions out there. Hey, Rob, tell us what's going on.
Hey, Bianca. Yeah, things are quieting down a lot tonight. They're looking a lot better right now. Most of the rain has moved off. The only remaining showers are a little bit west of us near the mountains right now. There's a little bit to the north of us as well, but here in the valley, it doesn't look like much rainfall is lingering around here anymore. So what happened? Earlier, we had a complex of storms down near the California, Arizona, Mexico border that sent us some stronger winds out from underneath them. That's what picked up the dust and the smell from the Salton Sea. Unfortunately, that's what sent that blowing dust into our region, those gusts up to around 50 miles an hour here or there. Things are calming back down, though. Visibility was down to a quarter mile in some places at a specific time. When that first came through, everyone back up to 10 miles now. That is the most you can get at an airport as they report. Wind speeds are down too. Palm Springs down to 7 now. Thermal down to 8. Last hour, they were still in the mid-20s, so things are definitely looking a lot better outside right now. 80 degrees outside still right now. That's a little bit better than what we saw last night thanks to those winds. Actually, dew point still up in the 70s though, so very muggy easterly winds only out at 7 miles an hour now. So things are looking better. I'll continue to track the conditions and give you the latest in just a little bit. Bianca.
Thanks, Rob. Again, right now, the on and off ramps of eastbound Interstate 10 west of Date Palm Drive are shut down because of power poles that snapped. And another road closure, that's 50th Avenue at Jefferson, also shut down. Our best advice: just stay off the roads tonight. We're on coverage, team coverage tonight, with our crews out in full force. News Channel 3's Megan Trulecki is in Cathedral City. She's on the phone with us. Megan, what do you see out there?
Well, the easiest way to describe it, Bianca, is it's a parking lot out here. We're on the 10 freeway, the westbound side, west of Dade Palm, and there were not police officers directing people to get off at Vista Chino, which would be the best way to do it if you have some drivers headed this direction. So instead, we're all just sitting here, and it's actually a very kind of eerie feeling out tonight because there's nobody coming on the eastbound side at all. Matter of fact, cars aren't even inching up at this point. They were a little bit earlier, but not anymore. People have started getting out of their cars, walking around, just trying to figure out what's going on. Now, the latest that we have heard from CHP is that there are power lines down, stretched across the highway, and that is what is causing the closure. So really, it's a dangerous situation. You know, with those power lines down, they want to keep cars away from it. But in the meantime, all of these people that are here stuck on the highway with no way to get off, we're just kind of here with everyone else in for the long haul. Now, you mentioned earlier a lot of trees down. We want to let folks know that on our way to the freeway, we were having to go left and right in the different lanes because there were so many tree limbs down, and they come up on you pretty quickly. So it's definitely a dangerous situation out there on the roadways.
Have you been able to talk to any officials? Have there been any injuries or none of that?
You know, we actually haven't got up to the point yet where police officers are. We're actually going to have to walk on foot because, like I said, it's a parking lot. But a lot of people here on the roadways, we talked to some of the drivers that are out walking around. They're on their cell phones. A lot of people seem to be irritated, agitated, not really knowing what's going on. Because, like I said, we've been out here now for about 15 minutes, and nobody has moved an inch. And I think that's going to be the case for all of these drivers, is that you're just going to have to sit and wait until this freeway gets opened back up.
Right. And Megan, what is the weather exactly going on there? Are we still seeing the dust blowing around, or is it calmed down a little bit?
You know, it has really calmed down a lot. It's actually almost cool out. It's actually pretty nice out. If you happen to be in an area where you're not in any danger, you can get out and enjoy the cooler weather. A little bit of a breeze, but not very much dust in the air. There's still a little bit of the smell, but nothing like it was before.
And I know you said you weren't able to talk to any officials, so we don't know when it's going to open up, correct?
We do not, and we are going to go further down and try to get that information for viewers, because I know people probably have some family members stuck in this mess, so we'll try to get that information to you as soon as we can.
All right, thank you so much, Megan. Thank you. Take a look at this video here. We're seeing just outside of our studios in Palm Desert. Oh, right here we're seeing this is, okay, traffic backed up on Dade Palm. You're looking... Yes, this is Dade Palm right here. So again, like Megan said, just an absolute parking lot over there too on Dade Palm. All right, take a look at some of this video just outside of our studios in Palm Desert. We went outside just as the storm was coming in, and you can see here in this video, seeing some of the dust coming in. Now we're gonna go show you some pictures as well. This one, about to see, it's showing a tree falling on a vehicle parked right outside. Yeah, look at that. Right outside the KFC that's in Bermuda Dunes. Just unbelievable. The storm is obviously doing some major damage, uprooting a tree in the area. Authorities are doing their best. They're blocking off some roads, as you can see as you're driving around. I'm sure you've seen police kind of out there directing traffic. A tree just complete. I mean, look at that. You see, I was driving on my way to work tonight down Cook Street, also a parking lot. People kind of getting out, trying to figure out. Yeah, a lot of rain too in the area, so I think everyone's just trying to wait and see what exactly is going to happen here. We're also learning that lightning is believed to have caused a small brush fire in Palm Springs near Interstate 10 and Highway 111. We're getting multiple reports, that is, of trees down all over the valley, first on Highway 111 in Miles, also Cook Street near Country Club, and all along Portola Drive in Palm Desert. Indio police have also reported several small power outages in that city. With all of this going on, here are some safety tips, some safety precautions you can take. Now, first and foremost, like we said, just stay inside if you can. It is best to stay off of the roads. Some very scary and dangerous conditions out there, but if you must drive, if there's less than 300 feet visibility, best thing is to do, pull over, put your parking brake on, and close those vents. And also, if you're in your home, close your vents in your home as well. There's a lot of stuff flying around. You don't want that getting in there. And if you can wear a mask, that would be ideal as well. Take a look at this. This is video we got into our newsroom just recently. One of our photographers caught this damage in La Quinta and also in Palm Desert. Now, we haven't learned of any injuries so far, thankfully. Just as you can see, a lot of downed trees, a lot of power lines, a lot of traffic jams as well. Cook Street, like I said, was a parking lot. A lot of like we said, standing still, people trying to figure out what's going on. So if you can, hopefully y'all are in for the night, but stay inside if you can. We're going to keep an eye on this storm. If you have a picture, put it on our Facebook, that's KESQ, or tweet it to us at KESQ.